Hello everyone, good morning. So can anyone confirm audible or not? Can you hear me? So the last class where we stopped? The last class we discussed about the OOPS concepts, right? Last class we discussed about the OOPS concepts. Okay. Now our today's discussion is we are in the middle of Ajax, right? Ajax and data inflow. Can you recap all this stuff? Yeah. Now observe here. This is my client application and this is my server side application and this one is my database. This one is my database. Now tell me, if my client wanted to send a request to the server, what mandatory inputs are required? If my client wanted to send a request to the server, what mandatory inputs are required? Come on.
URL and request method.
Another one is like request method or not. URL and request method. Who provide this URL and request method to my client side developer? Who provide?
Server side.
Server side guy or not? Server side guy or not? Server side guy build the URL, means address. The next one is like he decided the request method or not. On which basis my server side developer decides the request method? Which basis? Who can communicate with the database to perform some operations on my database? Who can communicate with the database? Server side developer or not? What kind of operations he can perform in my database?
Updating, deleting.
Yeah, maybe update, maybe delete, maybe retrieve, right? Okay, these operations only, right? Yes or no? If my operation is like insert a new record within the database, recommended method is what? Request method. Recommended request method is what?
Post.
Already data is there, limited amount of data I want to update, then you can go with what?
Put or patch.
Patch. Okay, huge data if you want to update, then recommended method is what? Put. Okay, if you want one record, okay, I want to delete the record, then that time you can go with what? Delete method. If you want to retrieve the data from this particular database, then you can go with what? Get method. Based on the DB operation, what he performs, based on that one, he decides the request methods or not. All agreed. Okay, so as a client side developer, there is no need to bother about the URL and request method or not. Agreed with me? As a client side developer, there is no need to bother about the request method and URL or not. Why? Because who provide that request method and URL? Who provide? Server side guy or not? Server side guy will provide or not. So as a client side developer, there is no need to bother about that one. Okay. Now you are the client, I am the server side guy. Think like that. Our team lead told like, hey, okay, this is our requirement. Our requirement is like this. He said like this. Okay, one wireframe. Okay, wireframe is nothing but document, design document. In the wireframe, he said like, okay, this is our browser. In the browser, there has one button is there like this, get users. Okay, get users, one button is there. Okay, get users, one button is there. If I click on the button, I want the data which is in the database in the tabular format. Okay, that I want the data which should have to come from where? From my database. Okay, from my database. Okay, you have to display in the tabular format. He said like that. Okay, he given the requirement. Who given? Okay, our team lead. Just he told like that. Okay, to whom he tell? Okay, then that. Okay, you are the client side developer. I am the server side guy. Okay, to you and me, he told. Okay, tell me. You are the client side developer. What do you think about this requirement? What's your next level questions? You are the client side developer, right? Tell me. What do you think about this requirement? How we can start? If it is only the requirement,
Need to send the request to server.
you are the client side developer, right? Okay. For example, he not provide this document first. Okay, he just tell like normal inwards. He not provide okay this particular design document. He said like, okay, I have a button. If I click on the button, I have the data within the database. Okay, you have to show the database in the tabular format. He said like that. You should have to do what first? Hey, you said like one button. Can you tell me, okay, how the button looks like? Can you show me the design document? How should be it looks like? You have to ask or not as a client side guy. Your questions. Yes or no? If you want to start the work, okay, you should have to show me okay how the button design looks like, how the table format is looks like, what kind of CSS you have to apply like that. Can you provide me the wireframe, some design document? Yes, sir. Okay then. Okay, now the team lead told like, hey, this is the design document. As a client side developer, okay, what's your next level step? Okay, you ask design document, he provided. Okay, as a client side developer, what is your next level thing?
Ask for URL.
Yeah, see, you have to connect with whom? You have to connect with this server side guy or not. Okay, today only my team lead okay gives me the requirement. Then the time this guy is not yet completed, right? Server side guy. Yes or no? He needs some time or not to get the data from where? To get the data from the database. So that without any dependency, how much part you can complete? Without any dependency on my server side guy, how much part you can complete as a client side developer?
UI designing button.
Okay, you can design this. Okay, you can design a button. After that, come on. After that,
Static data with table.
if I click on the button, okay, event handler you can write. Yes or no? You can create a table on reusable component. You can create. Okay, with some dummy data, you can place it or not. Yes or no? Okay. Okay, it's take to you like okay 1 day or 2 days. Meanwhile, what this server side guy complete his work, right? Meanwhile, yes or no? He completed his work or not? What? Okay. This is the server side, okay, client side developer. Now to think you are the server side guy. What you are going to do as a server side guy? For example, you are the server side guy now. Okay, what do you think?
Connect with the
Yeah. Hey, you said like the users. Where is the database? Can you show me? Okay, can you give me the database related stuff? Okay, database where it is running. Okay, what is the username and what is password to connect with the database? All this stuff required or not? Yes or no? Okay, once you have the data about, once you have the information about the database, now what my server side guy? My server side guy is going to write some code to get the data from the database or not? Yes or no? Come on, my server side guy, connect with whom? Connect with the database. Okay, and he has to take the data. Now here is my data. Here is my data. Now tell me, after okay 2 days, you completed your design part. Okay, server side also completed. Okay, how to connect with the database and get the data and everything. He is ready with the data or not? Okay, next level step is what? Okay, you are the client side guy. I am the server side guy now. What I have to do? What you are expecting from me? What you are expecting from me? Yeah. Okay, after that you have to send a mail. Okay, 1.5 day completed. You completed work in 1 day. Okay, just you wait like 1 more half day. Okay, after that you have to send a mail. Okay, what you, hey, can you provide me the request related information? Can you provide me endpoint information? Can you provide me REST API information? Like that, you have to send one mail or not? Yes or no? Once you send a mail, my server side guy already completed, right? Already completed, right? Now my client wanted to communicate with the server. What mandatory inputs are required? Those mandatory inputs who provide? My server side guy provide to whom? Provide to whom?
client.
My client side developer. What my mandatory inputs? URL and the request method or not? Once he provided the URL and request method, now that URL and request method with whom? With my client side guy. Okay, once you have the URL and request method, okay, how we can send a request to the server? By using which technique? Ajax. Now you have to handle Ajax or not. Are you okay? Agree with me? Shall we start? Okay, let's start. You are the client-side developer. What do you want me to do? Just tell me. You are the client-side developer. Come on, you are the client-side developer.
UI.
First, can I create one form?
Yes.
Created one form. Okay, next. Can I add some dummy? Okay, default skeleton. Yes. Okay, this is my
Button.
okay. This is my component. Inside the component, what you need?
One button.
One button or not? Can I close my button? He said like this button should be okay with the bootstrap. Then the time what you needed? Then the time what you needed? Bootstrap dot CSS is required or not? Can I get the bootstrap dot CSS? How we can link it? Come on.
Registration.
Style
That's it.
and my href equals to what?
Bootstrap.css.
URL. Okay, that particular URL you have to mention or not? So we're in File Explorer. Where is your bootstrap? Can I add this? Can I copy this? Can I go here? Can I paste here? Okay, now can I refer this bootstrap.css? Yes. Okay, which class you want me to use? Which class you want me to use? Okay, btn, okay, primary or whatever it is. Okay, what is the value for the button? Get user. Color, okay. Can we run this? Open with. Nice. Okay, what is the next thing? Come on. What is the next one?
Button.
Click on the button.
Handler function.
Event handler, you have to add it or not? How we can handle it? On
Until.
equals to okay function get users. So can we define this handler? How we can define? Everyone knows, right?
Function type and users.
Yes. Check is it working or not. See, if anybody gives any requirement, 100% you're not sure. Okay, I can complete or not. Okay, I'm not able to complete. Think. Okay, if you are not able to complete, don't. Okay, stuck. Okay, don't stop that one. Just complete how much part you can. Okay, 30%, 20%, 50% at least. You have to start the work. Don't sit idle. Okay, any requirement, anybody given, complete how much part you can. Okay, just split it. At least you can complete. Okay, total requirement maybe not. Okay, at least you can complete 50%, 60%, right? Yes or no? Got my point? Don't think about the final output. Okay, split it like a pieces. How much part you can complete? That much part you can complete. Then only some other person can help you. Got my point? Okay, let's start. Now say this. Now can I save this one? Now come here. Can I refresh? Working or not? My handler is working or not?
Yes, sir. Okay.
Next, what you needed here? What you needed here?
Table unit.
One table reusable component or not? Everyone knows, right? We created one table reusable component, right? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
This is my table reusable component or not? Can I use this component only directly? Any problem to you?
No.
Okay, can I use this component? Yes, you can use this component here. This is my table component. By seeing this component, by seeing this component, this is only for get the users. Okay, I know this is like users. Again, title is required or not required? Not required. Just delete it. Delete it. Okay, the next one is what? The next one is what?
Headers.
Go on. Headers required, data is required, columns also required. This is common, right? So anybody want to use this table component? How many props he has to pass?
3.
3 props or not? Okay, can I add some bootstrap CSS for my table?
Yes.
Okay, how we can? Bootstrap 5 table. Bootstrap 5 table. Okay, which styling is required for us based on our requirement? Just you can add it. Can I add this table striped? Can I add the table stripe? Yes. What is this? This is what? This is the class name or
Same.
grid? Yes. Now up to here, okay? Okay, based on your requirement, your wish, whatever you want, you can place it. Okay, now some dummy data, you can take it. Some dummy data, you can take it. So how we can take the dummy data? One thing, some dummy data. At the time of clicking on the button only, right? This particular table has to visible. Okay, so this is my table. It is expecting how many props? Tell me.
3.
How many props? 3 props.
Three,
What are
three.
those?
Headers.
What are those? One is like a headers, another one is like what? Data, and another one is like what? Columns. Okay, headers. Headers is equals to this one. The next
Data.
equals to this one. Next, my columns is equals to this one or not? Agreed? Okay, headers. Simple data you can take it. 2 rows, 2 columns. That's it. Okay, just testing purpose. Headers.
User
What
ID.
header?
User
Name. User ID.
username.
UID. Okay, for example, password. Okay, this is my header. Data is what? Data is what? Is an array. User ID is what? U1. The next one is what?
Password.
Like P1. Yes or no? Okay, same like that. Can I create one more row? Yes or no? User ID U2, password P2. Don't think more. Okay. Yes. Okay, columns. How many columns you want me to pass? 2 columns. What is my first column? If you want this data, I want this UID or not. This one only I want to use like a columns. The next one is what? PWD or not. Color okay? So not. Now, can you come here? Can I refresh my page? At least visible or not? My table is visible or not? Agree with me? Can I give the border for the table? Can we give the border for the table? Where is my table? Ajax, right? Can you come? This is my table. Can I give the border? Border equals to 2 pixel, 1 pixel. You decide, that is your wish. Okay. Okay, then next. Go on. Now, what is the next level? As a client-side developer,
Send request.
you have to send the request at the time of clicking on the button. To send the request, what you needed?
URL and request.
URL method. Who has to provide? Okay, server side guy or not. So you have to drop a mail to your server side developer or not. Okay, now I am the server side guy. I am the server side guy. My responsibility is what? My responsibility is what? I have to write some server side code. Okay, using Java, .NET, PHP, Node.js, Python, Salesforce, whatever it is. Okay, I have to write some server side code. Used for what? Go on. Server side code.
Server-side code to connect DB and provide.
Yeah, you have to connect with the database and get the data or not. Okay, for that I have to write the code. So just I written, think like that. So I have to give the URL and method or not. So this is the URL and send a mail. I'm sending mail to you. This is the URL. My method is like what? Get method, like that. I send a mail to you. I send a mail. Okay. Once you receive this mail, what you have to do with this? Your required inputs you have or not as a client-side guy?
Yes.
You have the required inputs or not? Once you have the required inputs, you have to do what?
Ajax.
You have to send an Ajax request or not. Now this is the time to discuss about Ajax. Okay. Okay.
Yes.
As part of our sessions, we are going to discuss Ajax like 3 ways. Okay, to send the request and get the response. Ajax stands for asynchronous JavaScript and XML. Now the first one is by using XML HTTP request. Next one is like by using fetch method. The next one is like by using one of the third-party library like a Ansius. Okay, let's start with first one. Now you only tell. We already discussed about the OOPS concepts, right? Now, come on. By seeing this one. What is the type of XML HTTP request?
Function.
Function.
type.
Function type.
class.
Correct. Somebody told. What is the type?
Function class.
Array types.
Function array type. Huh? Is it array type? Yeah, this is the function, right?
It's a functional class.
It's a functional class. Yesterday I told, right?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
This is what? This is what?
This one also functional class.
Functional class.
Function on.
Okay, yesterday I told, right? Okay, FF means function only, but it starts with a capital means 99% PDF something for like a classes. Okay, if it starts with a lowercase, then the time those are like a normal functions. So XML HTTP request is function or class?
Class.
It is function or class?
Function.
Function. Alert is function or class?
Function.
It's a function or not? It's a function or not?
Yes.
Okay. This is class or function?
Class.
The functional class or not? Functional class. Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Then. If you have a class, okay, tell me. If you have a class, okay, how we can get the services from the class? That is the question. If you have a class, I given a function to you. What you can do? You can call it to get the service, right? If you have a class, what you can do? How we can get the services? How we can call the variables and methods? How we can call the members?
Creating
Yeah.
objects and
Creating an object or not? First question. XML HTTP request is a class. All are okay with my statement?
yes.
Yes. Which contains class is a collection of what? Variables,
Methods.
methods. Do you have any variables and methods, or is it any variable and method visible or not visible?
Not visible.
Not visible. Okay. Physically, it is not there, but still I am telling like some variables and methods are there. How we can see those variables and methods?
By using the prototype.
Prototype.
So those are like what? Those are like what? Come on, those are like what?
Prototype.
Inherited members or not? So in my XML HTTP request class, these many inherited members there are not there. Own members not there. Inherited members there are not there.
Yes.
Yes or no? If you want to call these members, what do you have to do?
Prototype dot.
Members. If you want to call the members inherited owner, it's not a matter. If you want to call the class members, what mandatory input is required? Object. Yes or no? Can I create an object? How we can create an object? Everyone knows. Where obj equals to new
XML HTTP request.
HTTP request or not? Yes. Okay. Once you have the object, you can call any one of the method or not. Once you have the object, you can call any one of the member, member means variable or method, any one of the member, you can call it, you can use it or not. Agreed?
Yes.
All are okay? Okay then. Now this code, where you want me to write? This code where you want me to write?
Parent.
This code
On
where
click.
you want me to write? Inside a button click or not? Code you have to write inside the button click. Yes, sir? Okay, right.
Yes.
So first, by using, okay, here I want to handle Ajax using three ways I said. Using XML HTTP request. It's what? Class or function or
Class.
class. Perfect. If you want to send a request to the server, okay, 4 steps we can. Okay, we can divide like a 4 steps. First, if you want to, you are the client side guy, right? If you want to send a request to me, first of all, you have the request, right? Then only, right? I can send it, I can give it to some other. First, what you have to do? You have to prepare what?
Request.
Prepare the request on. Once you prepare the request, next, you want me to keep it? Okay, you want to keep with you? Come on,
Send
right?
the request.
Send it to whom?
Send the
Server.
request to server.
Send the request to whom?
Server.
Server side guy or not? Okay. Once my request go to the server, that is not in your hand now. Okay, that is processed by whom?
Server side guy.
Request processed by whom? Request processed by server side guy or not? Yes or no? That is not in your hand. Once you processed, next. Once you
You will
process,
get the response.
okay, he sent the response, right? Okay,
Yes.
so request processed by server, prepare the response
Content.
and
Response.
send the response back to client.
Client.
This is the third step, everything taken care by whom?
Server side.
Server side guy or not? Okay, once he send the response, okay, what do you have to do? What do you have to do?
You
We have to render.
The response or not? Yes or no? Receive the
Yes.
response. Do you think like always, okay, I'm requesting you, okay, always I might get like a success response only? Sometimes failure also, right? Possibility
Yes.
there.
Yes.
Okay, so receive the response either,
Success or failure.
okay, either success or failure or not. Success or failure or not. Okay, these steps we need to handle it or not. Agreed?
Yes.
Okay, shall we? Okay, first. Handle Ajax by using XML HTTP request class. So for that, first you need to create an object for what?
XML HTTP request.
XML HTTP
Yes.
request. Yes. Yeah, I created an object. Next step is what?
Prepare the request.
How to prepare the request. If you want to prepare the request, in my XML HTTP request object, okay, in my XML HTTP request class, there has one method is there. What is the method name, you know? Open is the method. Okay, which method is that?
Open.
Open is the method. Open is the method. Okay, see, it's take how many arguments?
URL and
Method and URL.
URL.
This method and URL. This method and URL already sent by whom?
server.
Server side guy, right? So what is the method name?
Get.
Get.
So my first one is like a method. What is my URL? What is my URL? This is the URL one, right? Is send. Yes or no? Okay. So my request prepared or not? All are okay?
Sir, one small doubt.
Yeah.
Here the server side guy, either the response should be either in XML or JSON. Which type of request it can handle?
Okay, that is depends upon server side guy what he is expecting. As a client side developer, you have to send the same format. Okay, in this case, my server side guy is not expecting any data. If he is expecting, he is going to give the data format. Either it is a JSON, either it is like XML data format. In this case, not in future, we are going to use JSON. Okay.
Okay.
Okay then. Now, my request prepared or not? Once my request preparation is done, you want me to keep with me?
Send.
What do you have to do? You have to send it. So obj.send. Once you send a request, now tell me here. Here, come on. My request received and processed by server and prepare the response and send the response back to client or not. Up to third, okay, this third step completely taken care by whom?
Server side.
Server side guy. Okay, as a client side, you want me to write any code?
No.
You want me to write any code? No, leave it. Next, come on.
Receive the response.
Send the response. The response may be, tell me, the response may be what? Success. Come on, my response may be
Success or failure.
failure or not. So if my response is like a success, we have one callback method is there. Onload is the callback method. Callback method is automatically called or not. So whenever it is like a success, okay, which one is going to execute? My onload method is going to execute. This is what? This is which response?
Success.
Success response. Okay. Do you think like always success?
No.
No, right? Sometimes what? Failure also. If it is like a error response, which method is going to call, you know? On error is the method. Okay, so if it is like a failure, on error, if it is like success, onload method is going to call. That's it. Done. Can we check it first? Is it like success or failure? Huh?
Yes, sir.
Now, can I refresh the page? Can I click on the get users? Response is what?
Success.
Success. Okay, where I can see request and responses. Where is my response? Okay, what is the format? Where I can see all my requests and responses, where I can track in the browser.
Network.
In the network tab or not? In the developer console window, can I go with the network tab? Yes or no? Okay, my browser send these many requests for what? To load this page or not? Yes or no? Okay, those response related information stored where? In the source tab, in the file explorer format or not? Done. Now can I clear it? Now can I click on the get users? Now see this? There has one more record. Observe here, one more request sent. 355 bytes data transferred or not? See, this is my request or not? Agreed? Yes or no? Come on.
Yes, sir.
Can I click on the users now? Can I click on the users now? There has, okay, 4 more tabs or 5 more tabs are added here. Okay, can you see one by one? The first tab is like headers tab. Now observe here, in the headers tab, there has 3 sections there. What is that? General section. Next. Spell out. General section. Next. Response headers. Next.
Request headers.
Request headers or not? Okay, general section. One is like response headers. The next one is what? Request headers or not? Yes or no? Okay.
Yes.
Already yesterday we discussed last class. What is request header? What is response header? What is request header? What is response header? Okay, who prepared? Who prepared the request? Who prepared the request?
Client side.
Client. Client prepared the request. So who knows about the request?
Client.
Client. Okay, request processed by whom?
Server.
Servers.
Server.
Oh.
That means used by server. So who knows about the request? Okay, before using, I should know something about the request or not. Who knows about the request?
Client side.
Client side.
Okay, knows client side. Okay, who should have to know
Server.
before processing?
Server.
Server again. Okay, how my server side guy knows about the request? How my server side guy knows about the request?
By request.
By
When
using
the
request headers or not? Yes or no? Okay, now if you observe here, there is an endpoint. Yeah, now see this. Request prepared by client. So my client responsibility is what? I prepared means I have to prepare the user manual or not? Same. Okay, I manufacture something means. So request prepared by client, he has to tell something about the client. It's a readme type. Yes or no? Okay, so how he is going to tell something about the request? By using request headers. So request headers prepared by whom?
Client.
Client prepared by client. It tells something about the request. Who want to read the request headers before before processing the request? Server side guy or not? Read the request headers. Okay, vice versa. Response prepared by whom?
Server.
Server side guy. Who knows about the response? Server side guy. Okay, he has to tell something about the response. How he is going to tell something about the response? By using response headers or not? Response headers read by whom? Who want to use the response? Tell me. Who want to use the response? Client. So that before
Client.
using, he has to read the response headers or not? Yes or no? That is about request headers and response headers. So request headers, these many by default my browser placed. Okay, browser only send the request, right? Okay, this is like which type? Headers. Authority, method, path, scheme. Okay, scheme, accept, all this stuff. In which format? Key value format is nothing but it's a object format or not. Okay, request headers prepared by browser and read by my server application. Response headers prepared by whom? These response headers prepared by whom? Server side guy or not? Okay, read by whom? Read by my browser or not? Color okay? Yes or no? Now general section. To whom you send a request? To this guy. What is the method? Get. What is the status code? Success or failure? Failure or success? Green, success. That is the one. Now, can you see the response? Now, see this. This is only right. You can get the response. All users, I'm able to get it or not? Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, in the source tab, are you able to see that response or not? Can you check it? Ajax is there. This one, this one, this one, this one. Okay, some dev tools are visible. Okay, React related stuff. Okay, and this one. But where is my users data? Okay, the source tab always maintains the files only. Okay, don't think like this kind of objects data he is not maintained. He maintains what? Okay, files only. Got my point? My browser send a request to get the files. Okay, those files only placed where? In the source tab or not? Agreed? Now my browser send a request to get an array of objects data or string data. Is my data maintained within the source tab? No. File Explorer format, only files only maintained within the source tab. All agreed with me? One.
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay then. Now it is a success response. Now it is a success response. So can I get the response? How we can get it? The response. Response is okay. I want to get it right. How we can get it? Obj dot response text is the one. So can I put constant my response? Now can I put the debugger here? Will it work or not work? Okay, that means my control should have to stop there. Yes. Onload executed means what? Can you confirm one statement? Onload executed means what? First question, my request got completed or not?
Yes, sir. Complete.
Yes. Completed with success response or failure response?
Success
With
response.
success response or not? My onload executed means my request got completed with success response or not? Can you see the response? Yes. Can you tell me what is the type of this response?
Object of array of objects.
Array of objects.
Array of objects. But array, see this enclosed with what?
String.
String. So that my object dot response type, exact type is what?
String type.
String type. The string contains one JSON or not? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, so my response is a string now. It's a string. So if my string contains one JSON, okay, this is my response. Okay, this is a string. See this. It's not a right format, right? I want to convert this one into what? Actual format. JSON, right? So the stringified JSON into JSON, how you know? JSON dot parse of your response. Now see this, it is an actual response JSON format or not. Agree with me? One. My table is expecting array of objects, my table is expecting like a string format.
Array of objects.
Array of objects.
So that you have to convert one stringified JSON into JSON. How? JSON dot parse. Vice versa, reverse. JSON to string. How you can convert? JSON to string. JSON dot stringify. Okay, now this is my response or not? Okay, is it like a valid statement? Constant is what? Reassignment is not possible. Can I make it like let? Yes or no? Now can I refresh my page? Can I click on the get users? Now see this. First line number 54, my response is like what? Stringified data. Now if you come here, my response is what? Convert into JSON or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so stringified JSON to JSON, JSON dot parse, JSON to string. Okay, which method?
String.
JSON dot stringify is the method. Stringify is the method. Okay, now I have the data. Where is my data? This is my data. This is my data. To whom you have to send this data? Give this data.
Table.
To my table or not? So that this one should not be hard code or not. Can I delete this? Okay, so this response, can I give here? Is it possible? It is
Yes.
a local variable, right? It is a local variable. Okay, how we can use the local variable out of this function? Can I use now arrow functions better? How I can use it? Is it possible or not possible?
Yes,
No, right? No, right? This response should be what now? A component level member or not? Component level member, what? State variable. Can I create one state variable like a data gamma set data is equals to what?
React dot
Equals to what?
React dot
Of
Use
use state.
state.
Default
state.
value is what? Array of zero.
objects.
So 0 elements, no data. Now,
Okay.
once you have the data, can I update the data? Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. Now my data is ready. This is my data. What about the headers? Which headers you want? Which data you want me to display? Those headers you can put it. This is my object. In this, which one you want me to? I want to name. Okay. The next one is like phone number, ID. Okay. Which one you want? ID. Come on, ID. The next one is what? Name.
Name, phone.
Next one is what? Phone number or phone number. Okay, ID, name, phone number, 3 headers means 3 TDs you have to add it or not. What is my first TD? First TD is what? ID means 1. 1 means, okay, how we can get the 1? Exactly with this keys only or not? What is my key?
ID.
ID. Okay, the next one is what?
Name.
Name.
The name is the key. The next one is what?
Phone.
Phone.
Phone is the key or not? The next one is like phone is the key or phone is the key. Now, can you come here? Can I refresh my page? Okay. First time data not there. Then the time you want me to show this one? You want me to show this one?
No.
No.
No, right? No. Okay. So whenever the data is there, then only you can show the table. Otherwise, don't show. Okay. How we can write the condition? How we can write the condition? If my data dot length is greater than 0, right? Ternary operator.
Yes.
Data
Yes.
dot length is greater than 0, then the time
Table component should come.
table component you can load it. Otherwise,
Some message
message,
like
okay, no
data
data
available.
found or whatever it is. I want this is in the center. So how we can? Class name equals to what? Text center bootstrap class. All are okay.
Yes.
Now first time load.
No
No
data.
data found. Okay. Now if I click on the get users, this is my data or not? So no.
Yes.
This is the way you can send the request and get the response or not. Agreed?
Yes.
This is one way. Okay, 2 more ways are there. We are going to discuss. Okay, any questions?
Sir, one question, please. So, why we have used arrow functions here instead of normal
Normal function also you can use it, no problem at all. But ES6 syntax I want to use. That's the reason I placed like arrow function. But specific reason not there here in this context.
Okay. Thanks.
Sir, can I use this URL in practice?
Yeah, you can use this URL. Okay, this is like a public URL. You can use it, no problem. Okay, whenever it is like failure, whenever you can failure, okay, failure response you can show in the console.log of what? obj.response text. And okay, can I make my set data is like an empty? Yes or no? I don't want any failure data. Can I make like set data is like an empty? That is your wish based on your requirement. Okay, failure. The next one. All are agreed?
Yes.
Any questions on you?
Sir, one more question. So, once we do the send, like once the request is sent, so we are saying if it is success, the callback gets executed. So that particular logic, like calling the callback, so that is done by JavaScript and based on the response code
Yes.
200, right?
Yes, yes.
Apart from anything other than through 200, it considered as failure, is it?
Failure, yes.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
This is the basic XML HTTP request class. Okay, next fetch method, next anxious, like this multiple ways we'll discuss the same requirement.
And also this request has sent in async mode. Like after 53 line, if you have another line at 71, so that gets executed even before we get a
Yeah,
response.
yeah. For that, I'm going to okay. In next class, that is only our next level discussion. What is synchronous? What is asynchronous? Okay, how we can handle asynchronous action results? That is our next level discussion.
Yeah. Thank you.
Up here, okay? Are you able to practice this example? Okay, anything new? Only this part. Okay, that's what I'm telling. Okay, if you don't know about this table component again, okay, it is very difficult to you. Already you know, right? How to create the table reusable component. Already you know or not?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so that directly we use. Okay, the new part is like only send the request to the server and get the response. And next, once you get the response, how to update it in the state variable, that one also you know. Okay, how to pass the add my table components, that one also we discussed already. Okay, any questions? Can you do one thing? Go to this website. Okay, let me share this website in Kalam Schools for us. You people are able to access this website, right? Everyone able to access this website or not? Everyone able to access or not? Or any issues? Everyone able to access or not?
Yes, we are able to access.
Yes.
Okay, this is the URL. This is the URL. Just go with this URL. Okay. Now, once you click on this URL, you can come down. You can come down. Say this. There is multiple links are there. Able to see the links? Posts, so comments, so album, or photos, so to do, so users like that. Now, I used this last one. Users. Can you use remaining? Can you send the request? Can you display the first? Okay, the first posts one. Okay, posts one in the list format. Okay, list format. Okay, just list format. Come here. The posts one in the list format. The next one. The comments, 500 comments are there, right? Comments. Comments are like table format. Okay, the next one is like photos. Photos. Okay, and the tabular format only. The next one is like, okay, just albums, ALBUMS. Albums in the okay drop down. Okay, that means see my expect output I'm telling. Posts, I said like list format, right? Okay, list is nothing but order list and order list. See how many fields are there in each and every object? 1, 2, 3, 4, right? 4 fields are there. Okay, I don't want 4 fields. Only title in the list. Title means okay, one. Okay, yes, Sunit or like that. Next one is like QEST. Like that, only title in the list format. 1 this title, 2 this one, 3 this one, like that. Only title in the list format. Got my point? Okay, in this particular one, you have to show in the list format what? Title. Only title. Remaining, leave it. Remaining, leave it. Next, comments one. Next, go to comments. Okay, here, ID, name, email, I want in the tabular format. In the comments table only, what is required? ID, name, ID, name. The next one is what?
Email.
Email. I want in the tabular format. Email in the tabular format. The next one is what? The next one is what? Photos. Okay, how many photos are there total? Total, how many photos are there? 5,000 photos are there. See this. 5,000 are there. 490. 5,000. If you observe, this one, object contains how many properties? Object contains how many properties? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 4, 5. Okay, see the thumbnail URL. Did you see this thumbnail URL? This thumbnail URL is what, you know, it is like one image kind of. Thumbnail URL, it's a kind of image or not? Yes or no? Yes or no? So in my tabular format, I want ID, title, image I want. Okay, ID, title, come on, ID. The next one is what? Title. The next one is what? The next one is what? Thumbnail URL. It is an image. Image you have to display. Image you have to display. Color, okay? The next one is what? Come on. Albums. Okay, in the albums, in the drop down, okay, just show the title. That's it. In the drop down, show the title. In the drop down, okay, show the only title. Okay, see the way of formatting the data may be different, but get the data first. That is by using Ajax only possible or not? Yes or no? Get the posts, comments, photos, and albums. All okay, all are like buttons only. If I click 4 programs, you can write get photos, get posts, get comments, get albums, like that. 4 buttons you can write it, 4 files you can write it, and display format. It should be in the list format with the title. It should be the table format, ID, name, email. It should be in the tabular format, ID, name, ID, title, thumbnail URL. It's a image, and this is my title. Okay. Can you do this assignment? Okay, then we'll see remaining things in tomorrow's class. Thank you guys. Bye.